Hello there, and welcome to 360 View. Olufemi Omotayo here again, and I'm appreciating those who have already joined the channel, subscribe. Please, if you've not, kindly do so. Um, I'm looking at the the final list of registered voters that INEC released, which basically talks about the chances of election that is coming up in on February 25. That's for presidential, and then on March 11 for governorship. So, realistically, it is from these numbers that the aspirant can aspire. That is, we can't have votes beyond this number of people. But realistically, if you look at even historically, the number of people who vote in Nigeria, this number may not be reflective of the eventual numbers of those that will vote. But at least we have an idea of the number of people who have registered. So let me do a quick rundown of the states. Um, so we have total number of voters from each state. Abia has 2,120,808. Um, I really don't think I can do state by state because of the time, but it is on INEC handle. You can check INEC Twitter handle. But if we are to look at, let us do a summary of the number in terms of size. So, which number has the highest size and which has the lowest? So, the state with the highest number is Lagos State. Lagos State has 7,060,195 registered voters. That's for Lagos. And then the lowest state in all over Nigeria happens to be Bayelsa State. Bayelsa has 1,056,872. 1,056,872. The second large, so the irony of this is that Lagos is the smallest in terms of geographical size, but is the largest in terms of population. So that's why the number of people who are registered voters is that much. The second largest, obviously, is Kano. Kano has um, about it has 6 million. No, Kano actually has 5,921,370. So it is from this number that the aspirants are attempting to get their votes. The total number of voters across the nation is 93,469,008. So almost 94 million people have registered to vote, and this sort of give you an idea of the total population of the nation. Nigeria is actually a densely population. So if registered voters, and there are some who have not actually registered. So if we put this number and say, okay, let's look at the number of people registered and those who are not eligible to vote now, that's the younger people, those below 18, it gives you an idea that actually Nigeria is more than 200 million that we have been projecting all along. And then if you look at in terms of the size, male versus female, so who is going to determine the number of female, total number of female in the country that of voters, 44 million 440,846,000, 846 people, which represent about 47.5% of the total number. And then you have for the men, 49,054,162 people, or 52.5% of the total population. Um, in terms of size, in terms of categories, you have the youths. When you say youth, you talk about um, from people from ages 18 to 34. Their total number is 37,060,399, which represent about 39.65%, almost 40% of the voting population are young people. And so that's why they say young people will determine largely who are those that will be who is going to be the next president. So the next generation, the voting power is in their hand. But will they come out to vote? That's another question. And then you have the middle age. The middle age are those between the ages 35 to 49. They are 33,403,591 people, which represent 35.75%. And then above that number, that is anybody above 50 years to 69, the elderly, they are 18.94%, which is about 17,700,270. And then the old people, 70 years and above, are 5,294,748, or 5.56% of the population. So these are the people that will determine the next election. Fingers crossed. Let's see who will win the election, and the politicians will now know how to direct their campaign, the remaining campaign. Um, we hope for the best in Nigeria. Let's hope the best candidate win. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time.